Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie, and welcome back to another episode of The Quiet Grind Built in Silence. Today, I'd like to talk about what working security has taught me about human nature. Um, Working security has taught me something that I never expected. It hasn't taught me only about safety, it's taught me about people. Strangely enough, many lessons apply to dogs. Many lessons I've learned have applied to dogs. Today I'm going to share some of those lessons over the years that I've worked security. What they taught me, again, about human nature. These aren't universal truths. They're simply observations. Things I've learned, things I've experienced that help shape the way I see people. I've learned one of the biggest lessons. Most people, I've found one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that most people react before they observe. They see a few seconds of someone's day, and they're convinced they know that who that person is. They hear one side, and they think they have the full picture. Working security teaches quickly that assumptions get you trouble. Good security does not equal rushing to conclusions. It's about slowing down. It's about paying attention. It's about observing, gathering info before deciding what your response will be. Interestingly enough, this is exactly what good dog handlers do. Behavior almost always has a reason behind it. Another lesson learned is respect. You need to have respect. You believe in the person. You believe that that person deserves dignity and respect. It doesn't matter where they're from. It doesn't matter what language they speak. It doesn't matter what they do for a living. But respect goes both ways, of course. There are times when I've been spoken to with disrespect. Instead of raising my voice, and I may be guilty of it from time to time because I am human, instead of raising my voice, I usually ask. I usually say, can I ask you something? If I were to visit, what country are you visiting from? And they would tell me. And I would say to them, let's reverse the roles, okay? If I was visiting your country and I was speaking to you the way you're speaking to me at this moment, Would you accept it? Would you stand for that? Most time, everything changes when I do that. Not because I embarrass them, but I encourage them to see another perspective. Sometimes that is all it takes. Another thing I've noticed over the years, some people believe that being the loudest in the room earns respect. In my experience, it's not usually how respect is earned. Real confidence does not come from announcing itself. People I've respected the most were rarely the loudest. Usually, they've been the calmest. They listened before they spoke. They didn't need to dominate every conversation. They didn't need everyone to know that they were in charge. Their actions spoke louder than their voice ever could. That really resonated with me. I think true strength comes from staying composed when things get difficult. And that can be hard to do sometimes, I know. At the same time, you never let people walk all over you. Sometimes you have to draw a firm line, and I have, without being aggressive. Firm, but fair. That can protect boundaries. You should protect your boundaries. That's what I feel. These videos aren't to tell anyone what I think they should do. They're just things I've learned over the years and how I've grown to handle things. So you can protect boundaries while still treating people with respect. So another lesson is that not all people you meet want a conversation. Sometimes they want a reaction. They'll insult, they'll challenge, they'll test your patience. Years ago, I probably would have reacted a lot differently, and I could potentially still, again, react differently because, again, I am human. But even now, today I've learned their emotions don't have to become mine. You don't always have to control how others behave, but you can control. I can control my response, how I respond, as can you. I found calm responses lead to the best outcomes. People ask me why I talk about dogs so much. Simply because dogs taught me patience, dogs taught me observation, dogs taught me about consistency. Working security has taught me the same things. whether working with dogs or dealing with people or raising children or simply trying to become a better person? You know, working security has taught me this lesson, that treating others with respect usually gets better results than acting emotionally. Maybe the biggest lesson I've learned is we spend so much time trying to prove we're right that sometimes we forget to understand each other. If we listened more, reacted a bit less, and treat each other with a little bit more respect, I think we'd all be better off. As always, I want to thank you so very much for spending some time with me today. If you enjoyed today's conversation, I'd really appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone you think may enjoy it as well. I'm Charlie, and this is The Quiet Grind, built in silence.